And then I just need to wait. Oh, there we go. Live. And now I just need to get the chat window up. Started about 5 minutes early just to give it a little bit of time to... There we go. Get the chat window up and make sure everything's working before I actually start. There we go. There's the chat window. Can I get that as a pop-out, please? Thank you. Right, and quickly make sure, especially because this is online, that there's nothing running in the background trying to download or anything. Nope, that seems to be working. That seems to be working. Spotify, you can make sure you're closed down. Everything else seems to be going fine. Right. Hello there. So, today I'm going to be starting a bit of a playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV. Now, outside of gaming, one of my favourite hobbies is role-playing in online forums. And a friend of mine started doing a playthrough of Final Fantasy in character as one of her characters from the forum, and it looks like fun, so I thought I'd give it a bit of a go as well. I'll actually put a link to her channel down in the description if anyone wants to watch actual good content. But yeah, it just looks like fun, so I thought I'd give it a go. I will be starting the playthrough at 10 o'clock my time, so that's still about 2.5 minutes, something like that. Just thought I'd start it early to make sure I've got everything set up and ready to go. So, yeah. This is my character, Sorin Sherwood. And, yep. I got everything set up in advance just to make sure that I had it ready, so now it's just a wee bit of waiting because I want to start kind of at a nice round time. Oh, there we go. I thought my water bottle was stuck for a moment and wouldn't open. Starting as an arcanist, because I do have a job roles, like kind of a plan for what jobs Sorin will go through during his time in Eorzea. Which means starting as an arcanist for now. 2 minutes left. Oh, well, we'll get a bit of time. Tomorrow I will be going back to do my next little bit of my Subnautica Death Run, which I'm looking quite forward to because we got to see Moth last time. And then I'm planning for Wednesday and Friday to be doing more Final Fantasy, and then probably Subnautica again on Saturday. At least that is my plan, as long as nothing happens, which... nothing ever happens to interrupt plans. Like, plans always go as you plan. This is... Southern Eorzea? Yeah, because Eastern is where Costa del Sol is, so this must be south. Just trying to figure out where... I was trying to figure out last time I was in the character creator where all the different locations in the character creator are. But, oh, there we go. 10 o'clock. So, let's start our adventure. Last time I checked, Excalibur was still accepting new characters. Oh. So, fully, there we go. I will do my best to get into character. Oh, never mind. Wait a moment. Also looking a little bit forward to trying my hand at just voicing all the other characters about the place and just having a bit of fun actually role-playing in an RPG. Here we go.
Here.
A dream?
Here. Feel.
Hear what? Feel what? That's bright. Is... Oh, maybe not so.
Hear. Feel. Think.
This is... Out of character, I'm gonna be honest, I forgot this cutscene existed. Oi, you alright, lad? You're mooning in your sleep and sweating buckets beside, rolling off the ship with your stomach churning has it. Don't seem like seasickness, now that I look at you. It'll be the aphid then, I reckon. Some are more sensitive to the stuff than others, see, and we ain't too far from Vilbrand now, which is chock full of aphorites. No need to fret, though. We'll soon get used to it. Oh. I will admit I'm not used to travelling at sea. Ugh, might as well have been blooming seasickness. Ship's leaping around like a demented chocobo today. I reckon I might head out on deck, get myself a breath of fresh air. Limsa is still a fair way off, in case you were wondering. Seeing as you're awake and all, how's about you keep me company till we get there? Sure. Happy enough. It's not like there's much else to do while we wait. Them young'uns don't much care for conversation, see? Any road, Brennan's the name and peddling's my trade. Can't really see much in this weather. Ah, smell that salty sea breeze. Now then, lad, judging by your unusual garments, I'd say you're one of them new adventurers, am I warm? Yeah, that's the plan. Thought I'd make my way out here and try making a bit of a living for myself. Help who I can along the way. I knew it. Going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now that's what I call living. As long as you can avoid dying, I mean. Made no secret that adventuring's a risky business, these days especially. What was it that first attracted you to it? Oh. Don't know if any of these choices are really what Sorin would say. Is there not just a... For the sake of adventure? Would be the most accurate to that. Dwindle. No, I think... I'm actually stuck already on the first conversation choice on what would be in character. Let's go. I don't think it really matters, so I can always pretend I just say adventure. For the spirit of adventure, I want to see what's out there. Power, is it? There. Power to do good, like protecting the weak and fighting for what's right and all that? Yeah, that's... Yeah, that's... as well. That's what I'm here for. I would like to help people along the way, and if I have that kind of power, I can't complain about it. I thought that's what you meant. Well, adventurers do get up to a lot of fighting, that's for sure. You'll never be short of a chance to polish your warcraft in the adventuring business. Once we make port, you'd best sign yourself up at the Adventurers Guild. They'll set you on the right path. Oh, and it wouldn't hurt to join a guild, neither. Limbs is home to a few, so if you fancy learning how to swing an axe, or even sling a spell, you should think about seeking one out. Just remember though, there's more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit in being dead, and that's a fact. Oh, something going on? That's... Oh! You okay there, Brennan? That's... Who are we being attacked by? Ships off the starboard bow! Pirate colours! Pirates? That's... Pirates? Bloody hells. I wasn't quite expecting... Have you no sense? Get below! I guess below's probably safer? There's 3 of them and only 1 of us, though. Are the crew really... Are the crew gonna be alright? What is the world coming to? Pirates firing on a ship flying Leminson colours. Bastards either have a boatload of balls or bugger all for brains. Oh, is everything okay? You can rest easy, friends. We made it out of cannon range and no buccaneer bark will catch this flighty temperature once the wind's in her sails. That was too bleeding close. Glad one of us kept his head on his shoulders. I reckon I'd have lost mine otherwise. It's only natural to help each other out, right? Can't just watch someone die in front of me. If them pirates gave up the chase, we must be close to port. Let's head up on deck and have us a look, shall we? Well, yeah, it's not... The thing is, if you... Those are actually like Sahagin ships that you see a bit more if you do the Sahagin like Beast Tribe quests later on. So it's quite possibly more the drowned reavers, like the pirates tempered by Leviathan. By the by, is this your first trip to Limbs Leminsa? Yes, it is. First time to Vilbrand at all. It is! Well then, let this journey itinerant tell you the ins and outs of your destination. Limbs Leminsa prides itself on being Eorzea's foremost naval power. Weren't too long ago that the place was ruled by pirates, but thanks to the current admiral's civilizing influence, the city-state could almost pass for a respectable nation. You'd never guess she was once a rum-swilling buccaneer herself. Of course, most folk ain't so quick to change, and with a town full of liberty-loving ruffians, you can imagine how many naysayers and troublemakers she's got to deal with. Like them pirates who took a fancy to us just now. And if that weren't bad enough, I've heard the Sahagina raiding the coast just as bold as you please. Them are the sea-dwelling beastmen the locals call fishbacks, in case you didn't know. Oh, does that bell mean we're close? Ah, at long last, land ho! Behold, Limsa Laminsa, a nation blessed by the ocean's bounty and beloved of Limlaen. How do you pronounce that? Limlaen, goddess of navigation. This is the narrated introduction to the city.
On a windswept isle in the southwestern corner of the realm, amidst the roiling waves of the Rotano Sea, lies the maritime city-state of Limsa Lominsa. To this haven for bandits and brigands, cutthroats and curs, seekers of both freedom and fortune, comes a lone adventurer. Lone yet not alone, for the hero's arrival has drawn the gaze of the nation's patron deity, Limlaen.
Limlaen. Have to remember that, I think. Limlaen.
What realm-shaking fate has she descried in the churning waters of this mortal's future?
Limsa Laminsa. Certainly a rather pretty city. And here's where we part ways, son. I'm off to the markets to deliver me wares, then it's on to the high road for me. Here, I want you to have this, by way of thanks for saving me ass earlier. What's this? Hey, you never did tell me your name, did you? Well, here's an idea. Become the sort of storied personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider us square. I guess I'll see you around, Mr. Brown.
Hardship, discovery, and triumph may the navigator guide this brave soul on his life's voyage, till sea swallows all.
Up that Limlaen is my patron deity. I believe Nimia is what I went for. The goddess of celestial bodies. Final Fantasy XIV. So, Mr. Brennan said I should check out the Adventurers Guild first. Wonder whereabouts that is. Haven't been here myself before. Hey, you there! I mean you. This is my district and I make it my business to know all the scum that washes up in it. Yes, sir. Ah, an adventurer fresh off the boat, is it? Well then. Allow one of Limsa Laminsa's finest to set you on the right path. Up to it, lad, I haven't got all day. Welcome to Limsa Laminsa, a bustling city-state full of scoundrels and brigands, the rough-cut diamond of the Rotano Sea. Please select the control scheme you wish to use. Mouse keyboard, please. Please follow the instructions. Yes, I have played the game before, so I do know how to remove the play guide from checklists. Actually, is there a way to Give me a sec to just see if is there a way to disable the active health notifications, just so they're not constantly popping up. UI settings. Display active. Okay, that's probably disabled, I think. Okay. Hide to chat window. Coming to Limsa. To be recognised in his adventure in the city-state of Limsa, you must first register yourself with the Adventurers Guild. Sounds fair enough. Now then, I'm sure you're itching to explore, but adventurers are required to register their presence in the city, and without a bit of local knowledge, you're like to get your throat slit in some piss-stinking alley. So before you do anything else, get yourself over to the Drowning Wench and enroll with the Adventurers Guild. Drowning Wench, right? It's not far. Just head straight down this street and speak with Greffar. He'll show you how to work that big moving platform we call the Crow's Lift, and that'll take you up to the pub. Once you're there, look for a fellow by the name of Baderon. He's the proprietor of the Wench. You might curse like an ale-sodden sailor, but the man's got a soft spot for wide-eyed newcomers like yourself. He'll set you straight. Got all that? Good. Now run along, and may the navigator guide you on your journey. Quest accepted. You've begun a quest. Use the duty list to help you complete the quest. Greffar was who I'm supposed to talk to, right? Should probably make my way straight there for now. Welcome to Limsa. If you've a mind to visit the Drowning Wench, the Crow's Lift will take you there. I will take the Crow's Lift, thank you. Baderon. Hello there. Hello, Mr. Baderon? Greetings to you, lad. What'll it be? But you ain't here for the drink, are you? You've come with a mind to try your hand at venturing, I reckon. Well, you'll find no shortage of work here in Limsa. The name's Baderon, and this most hospitable of hosteleries is the Drowning Wench. 'Tis also the home of the Adventurers Guild here in Limsa. That's why I've got a desk specially for handling guild business. And why I seem to spend more time saving the necks of whelps like yourself than wetting the throats of me regulars. Adventurers have a knack for finding trouble, see? Not that they need it in these parts, on account of there being trouble wherever you look. If you manage to steer clear of the fishbacks and the kobolds outside the city, the pirates on the inside will get you instead. And if they don't manage, there's always the Garlean Empire to finish the job. Oh, no one knows what they're planning, of course, but if they're planning anything, you can be sure it's to kill the lot of us. That sounds a little concerning. This town seems peaceful at a glance, but look again, and you'll see people living in fear of what tomorrow might bring. And who can blame them, after everything that's happened? Eorzea took a mighty blow during the calamity, but our homes weren't the only things that got wiped off the face of existence by that thrice-damned bastard of a dragon. Took our bleeding memories too, and no one's been able to explain it in ways that make an ounce of sense. None of the folks what saw it and lived to tell the tale seem to agree on how the tale actually goes. It's all foggy, like recollections from an hard night out on the ale. You can imagine why people might fear for the future if they can't rightly recall the past. But there is one thing we all remember, and that's the group of adventurers that laid down their lives to drag Eorzea back from the brink when she was bound for the abyss. Well, I say we remember. The truth is, though we ain't forgotten what they did for us, this goddamn calamity-spawned memory loss robbed us of their names. Won't even let us picture their damn faces. It's like staring at a gull flying in front of the sun. All you see in your mind's eye is a shadow set against a blinding glare. That's how every bugger describes it, by the way, give or take the odd gull. It's this what's got people calling these heroes the Warriors of Light. If Limsa's ever gonna put this time of darkness behind it, it's gonna need adventurers to help banish that fear. It's gonna need new heroes like the ones we lost. Maybe one day you'll be one of them, and that's why any aid we can give to an adventurer is effort well spent. What say ye, lad? You willing to lend us your strength? I certainly am, sir. That's why I'm here. Me thanks to you, and to the navigator and all. I knew she'd steered ye my way for a reason. But listen to me, you had her none like a sun-touched fishwife. 'Tis high time we got your mark in my book. Put your scroll right there. Right here, you say. Sorin Sherwood, is it? And a fine name it is. Congratulations, you're now an upstanding member of the Adventurers Guild. You there, adventurer. You sailed in on the Lost Ferry, did you not? That's a bit more smug now, fun. The captain reported being attacked by a pirate vessel, and several witnesses have testified independently that a passenger matching your description went out on deck mere moments before the incident took place. Sending your friends signals, were you? No. Now, hold on just a moment there, officer. You got the wrong bloke. This fine, upstanding young gent is me dear departed grandma's sister's niece's cousin's closest companion. The lad wouldn't be caught dead fraternizing with such unsavory elements. Is that right? You are surely aware of the recent kidnappings. Respectfully, then, we cannot be too trusting of outsiders at a time when the loyalty of even our closest friends is in doubt. Well, he is supposed to be young and naive. That is the... Though I will be playing him... He is at least supposed to... I'm going to be playing him as an adult compared to how in Loom he's still only 17. Aye, you make a good point there, officer. A very good point. Very wise. You needn't worry, though. I keep one eye open at all times, me, and two more often than not. Now, sir, what say you to a tankard of me finest ale before you return to your duties, eh? Not a watered-down cup of piss like the last time, I should hope. Ain't got the faintest idea what you're on about, officer. The wench might offer some of the cheapest grog this side of the Strait of Merle for, but that don't mean it won't get you good and pickled. And look, there's a chair over there just crying out to be sat on, so kick off them heavy boots, eh? You'll have to excuse those eager bloody yellow jackets. There's been a spate of kidnapping, see, and they ain't got a clue who's behind them. Naturally, they've taken to clapping irons on anyone who looks vaguely suspicious, which means venturers, visitors, and pretty much every bugger else in this town. Don't take it personal, though. Us Laminsons can be an headstrong bunch of bastards, 'tis true. A given time, we'll grow on you. Now, where was I? Oh aye, welcome to Limsa, where the sea's as green as the faces of me patrons after a few too many blackbelly whiskies. Now, take a moment to gather your wits, and we'll get started with learning the ways of the city. Right, well, I'm ready to get learning. This concludes the introductory game tutorial. You've taken your first steps in adventure in the city of Limsa. Listen well to the wisdom of Bateron Tenfingers, then go forth and discover the incredible adventures that wait you. I'm now curious about his family name. Like, you'd think... It's very... normal, like... Normally names like that in fantasy games kind of like they're used as like to describe like a family's occupation. That's where a family name comes from. I think Ten Fingers is kind of just... Is there nothing else special about your family? Just you all reliably have 10 fingers? I suppose in a town like this maybe that is something that's unusual. Bateron, proprietor of Drowning Wench, wants you to perform 3 tasks that will help you learn the fundamentals of adventuring. Let's get started in learning. Right then, let's start you off nice and easy with 3 tasks that'll help you get used to life here in Limsa. Firstly, if you head down a floor, then point your nose to the west, you'll get an eyeful of the great glowing crystal in the middle of the courtyard. Excuse me a sec. That's an Aephorite, the device what can move you from one place to another in the blink of an eye. Ain't no swifter way to travel, providing there's an Aephorite where you want to go, of course. Have a chat with the yellow jacket on guard down there, and you'll be treated to a lecture on the workings of the device. Before you do that, though, remember to touch the thing. Strange as it sounds, it won't work till you have. Second on the list is the marketplace. You'll find weapons and armor and all your adventuring bits and pieces for sale in the district which lies beyond the Aephorite. Don't go throwing your gill around just yet, though, or you'll get fleeced quicker than you can say, why's me coin purse so light? Have a word with Swazblade. Instead, he's the head of the Merchants League, by the way. Give him this old octant and he'll treat you well. For the last of me elf lints, I suggest you meet some fellow spellslingers at the Arcanists Guild. I guarantee you'll learn a few new tricks for your tome if you decide to join their crew. Murray at the front desk is the one to get you started. Excuse me. Got all that, lad? Seeing to them free tasks will take you on a little jaunt around the city and help you work out where everything is. Now, I've best be getting on. Run along, eh? Margaret, there I go, sending you off without telling you something crucial. The bloody calamity's made a right mess of my memory, I swear. Well, that or the ale. Anyway, while you're out, if you happen to pass any poor sods that look like they might need your help, consider giving their tale of woe a listen, eh? Sounds like a chore, I admit, but you never know when interesting opportunities could be lurking out there, just waiting for you to stumble on them. For example, Ninny over yonder's been casting glances at you since you waltzed in. Why not lend her an ear and see what she has to say? Aye, you'll like to find yourself running odd errands in the beginning. But once you build a reputation as a man folks can trust, the jobs will start getting harder and the rewards more generous. If you've time, I'd also seek the advice of the smith here in the wench. The lads spare that title of some fine advice for them where they're just starting out in the profession. And that, my lad, is how you go about becoming a legend among adventurers. Hello there. Okay, so, Aephorite Plaza, the Arcanists Guild, and the markets. To leave the drowning wench, you must accept the quest making a name by speaking with Minia. Okie dokie. Hello. I saw you looking over at me. Might I be of help? Minia, a veteran adventurer, has some information that might be interesting. Well, would you look at this? A shiny new adventurer. Listen close, lad. I have some information that might just help put you on the map here in Limsa. I was passing through Bulwark Hall below not long ago, and saw a bunch of herbs just scattered about on the ground. Now, I'm not entirely certain, but I think they might have been the black market wares known as dream flowers. Limsa is a busy port, and of all the merchants that blow in across the strait are above board, if you know what I mean. Had the plan set up in the business mast? Who knows? Might have been a deal gone bad. The important thing is you make a name for yourself by handing them in. Speak to Skynrail, and she'll get you down to the first floor. Then all you have to do is pick up the herbs and take them to Aldskiff at the Octant. Being a worldly captain, he knows a thing or two about such shady goods. But, thank you for the opportunity. I will go and do that. Skynrail, can I return down to Bulwark Hall? You wish to visit Bulwark Hall below? The crow's lift is ready when you are. Lower decks. Oh, there's one of those herbs. Hey, there's one here. Almost seems like someone was running away with them. Or, and I'd rather not think about this opportunity, but luring someone somewhere. That's all of them, I think. Mr. Aldskiff? Yes, I am Aldskiff. You have some herbs you wish for me to examine? Yes, I do. I just found them scattered around the, Bulwark Hall. Peculiar herb, a common weed rumored to have relaxing properties when either ingested or smoked. So... yeah. Yes, as you suspected, these are highly illegal blooms known as dream flowers. They're a prime ingredient in the creation of somnus, a substance used... whoops. Forgive me, I could not resist a jest. Didn't say the joke. These herbs are no more than Alphic lavender, a common enough export from Limsa. In fact, these probably spilled from crates that were loaded onto my very own ship. I think someone has been having a bit of fun with you, son, but not to worry. You've learned a few things and made a new acquaintance. Well met. Thank you, sir. I guess if I'm here, I might as well ask if I can help you, if anything. I'll just give Captain of the trading ship Orion has some information that might benefit your stand-in as an adventurer. By way of thanks for delivering me scattered lavender, I have a nugget of information that may prove useful to you. You see, I was recently approached by an unkempt seafarer, which is not, I admit, particularly unusual for a man in my profession. What was unusual was that he offered a generous sum of gil to be introduced to any adventurers I might know. In my experience, sailors are not known to carry such a wealth of coin about their person, especially with the alehouses of Limsala Minsa so close at hand. Kidnappings have not been uncommon with these past moons. I suggest you take this information and speak with Glazriel, the guard who stands at the entrance to East Hawker's Alley. Never hurts to show a spirit of cooperation to the authorities, lad. I will do that, thank you, sir. First, leave. I am also going to do something quick, because that is distracting to look at. Other PCs. There we go. That makes it look a bit cleaner. So this is the Aephorite. Tune to the Aephorite. Yeah, I'll be picking up a couple of side quests just because. Yeah, Sorin would be the kind to help people out. He sees it. Ah, another novice adventure. Aye, Badron has sent more than a few of your kind this way of late. I am Sundamal, one of the Yellow Jackets tasked with keeping the peace in the city. It is also my charge to provide guidance in the use of this device. Fear not, I shall be brief. Aephorites are crystalline structures that tap into ethereal energies. They are primarily used as a means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Return and teleport, the most common transportation spells, make direct use of the Aephorites and their connection to the flow of ether. And as these devices are found in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer worthy to name will wish to seek out and attune himself to each one. Once you have expanded your horizons beyond the walls of the city, you will soon find yourself performing the act of attunement as a matter of course. There is, however, no need for unseemly haste. The Aephorites found in and around the city will be sufficient for the present, I assure you. Should you wish to learn more about Aephorites, more transportation magic, I will be here to answer your questions. Thank you, sir, but I think that's enough for now. I'm most interested to get along to the Arcanists Guild. I'd started trying to study a little bit of magic back home, but it's only so far you can get without any formal education. Was Glazriel? Yeah. Some guy down at the docks apparently offering to pay a lot of money to be put in contact with any adventurers. Like, apparently a rather unusual amount of money. That is disturbing news. Your initiative is appreciated, adventurer. I'll have the captain place the Yellow Jackets on high alert. And while I have your ear, I need you to visit Ferdwib and tell her the same thing you told me. You'll find her a bit further down, East Hawker's Alley. Ferdwib has frequent dealings with adventurers, so any warning you give her should soon spread through the city. Okay. This is Hawker's Alley. Certainly looks like the marketplace. I was to talk to, Mr. Swazblade? You're in charge of markets? Fine evening to you, sir. Welcome to the most replete marketplace in the grand realm of Eorzea, where every shelf groans under the weight of wonders born from all four corners of the world. Pray browse the stalls until your eyeballs ache from oogling the overabundance of unbelievable bargains. Now, as much as I would love to elaborate upon the unrivaled quality of our merchandise, I must tend to some cargo that recently arrived at the docks. I have something from Badron, of the Adventurers Guild. You bear a gift from Badron? Whatever could it... Ah, my octant! By the navigator, I must have left it behind in the wench, along with a week's pay and several bells' worth of intoxicated memories. A rusted octant, an instrument widely used in maritime navigation. This one appears to have been a victim of the elements. Well, here's your auction back, sir. I am most grateful to have it back. This tool is a keepsake from my days as a ship captain, you see. Needless to say, your good deed must be repaid. And what better recompense than the wisdom of a master merchant? If it is simple and sturdy adventuring equipment you seek, you need look no further than the east and west arms of Hawker's Alley. Lest you doubt, each gil you invest in arms and armor will be money well spent. Adventuring is, after all, a dangerous profession by its very nature. Goes without saying that Hawker's Alley boasts stalls specializing in the tools of every martial discipline imaginable. And within but a few steps are the bazaars and apothecaries that will most amply supply all your potion and perishable needs. Our keen-eyed agents procure a frankly befuddling range of wares during their sojourns to distant shores, so it pays to become familiar with the type and price of the goods offered by each stall. Such knowledge will serve you well if your purse is light or your time is short. Well, thank you for the tip, sir. But verbal instruction of this kind will only profit you so much. Experience has ever been the surest teacher, if not the kindest. I invite you to explore the markets for yourself. I think I will do just that, sir. Do you have any recommendations on how I might do that? Swissblade, the master merchant of Hawker's Alley, wants you to look into current market prices. You, sir, adventurer, I have work for you. I would have you pose as a customer and survey the market's current prices. Surely I did not see you balk at so simple a task. All you need to do is strike up a conversation with the shop owners and glance over their wares. There are 3 merchants that interest me: Iron Thunder, Kyokurun, and Sinehill. Write down all you see on this price list and hand it over to Baising on West Hawker's Alley. He shall reward you for your service. We'll do just that, sir. Oh. Yes, and Friedrich, I was asked to inform you about... greetings, sir. Might I be interested in the service of retainer? No. I was told to pass on word about a sailor offering rather large sums of money to be put in contact with adventurers. What's this? Some suspicious seafarers on the prowl for gullible adventurers? A possible suspect in the recent kidnappings, you think? Well, I'll be sure to pass on that warning to my customers. What with all the merchants and travellers milling through Hawker's Alley, these kinds of unsavoury activities can often go unnoticed. In any case, I promise to keep a sharp lookout for anyone being accosted by strange-looking sailors. Thank you for your hard work. Right, I was to check the prices with shops. Iron Thunder. Leave. Well met, lad. Cast your peepers over these beauties. Not a spot of rust to be found. Every piece fresh from the forges of Naldek and Vimelis. All seems well and good, but I'm a little short on the old cash right now, so I might have to wait. Okay, so... Night sky. Always found looking up at the stars to be so calming. Much quieter here than everywhere else I've been in Limsa so far as well. Well, as long as I don't look too far to the sides of me. I think I should press on. What's this? Like the Aephorite from before. Aephronet. Quick travel throughout a city. Ah, that sounds helpful. Best to move on. You might you be Kyokurun? Kyokurun welcomes well-come customer. Kyokurun loves his lovely trade. Kyokurun's goods are goodly made. I will take your word for it, Kyokurun. And I should probably move on. And Sinehill. Excuse me. A fine evening to you, sir. What can I interest you in? Why, you seem interested in most everything, don't you? Is this another one of those investigations? Well, I have nothing to hide. Fair enough, sir. And, well, I've got everything I need, I think. IGB, Mr. Bouncing? You're the one who made a list for Swissblade? Let's have it then. Yes, price list. A piece of parchment containing prices from shops and stalls all over Limitsa. Here you go. Nothing wrong with the market as far as I can tell. You oftentimes get pirates selling stolen goods at cutthroat prices, and that drives the numbers down right across Hawker's Alley. Thanks to these reports, though, we can tell at a glance when shady dealings are taking place. Good work, lad. Not a problem, sir. And, I keep moving on. I believe I passed the Arcanist's Guild on my way into town. I believe this is it here. One of these other Aethernet shards. Just attune to that quickly. And was Muri, he said I should talk to. There's several receptionists here. Might you be Miss Muri? Welcome to the Arcanist's Guild. It is here that we research and develop the field of Arcanima. Arcanima is the science of employing arcane geometries, intricate patterns that map the unlocked mysteries of existence, to draw forth and manipulate the body's etheric energies. That's about as far as I know. Ah, but if I am not mistaken, you already possess some rudimentary understanding of the craft. Shall I deepen your knowledge of our history as well? Yes, please. The roots of Arcanima can be traced back to esoteric calculations practiced by the people of the South Sea Isles. It was these island folk that first discovered a method to express natural phenomena in mathematical terms. Building on this process, the existing mathematical formulae were further developed into arcane geometries, precise patterns that allowed the practitioner to weave aether into a specific magical effects. The mages who invoked this new form of magic became known as Arcanists, and the School of Arcanima was born. Many such mages, wishing to expand their understanding of the world, took to the seas aboard trading vessels. Upon their arrival in Limsa, Arcanists found themselves welcomed into the academic elite, and soon secured positions in the realms of government and council. Knowledge of an Arcanist, however, is traditionally passed on from master to chosen disciple. As such, Admiral Merlebub, counting several wielders of Arcanima among her personal staff, became concerned that this exclusionary practice would lead to the eventual extinction of the art. So, at the Admiral's express orders, an official Arcanist's Guild was established, and funding was provided for research and training. Just going to grab a drink quickly. The complex and demanding nature of Arcanima, however, remains the greatest threat to its own future. If you would continue your study of this challenging discipline, then I must insist that you indicate your commitment to joining our guild. I'm committed. It's half the reason I came here was to learn. Well, have you decided to enroll in our guild, or are you now intimidated by the thought of excessive thinking? I'm not intimidated, I wouldn't say. Reasons. Murray wishes you to reaffirm your desire to join the Arcanist's Guild. Your sound judgment is to be commended. Now, standard practice dictates that I introduce you to our guildmaster that you might convey your intentions in person. Due to extraordinary circumstances, however, he is unreachable at present. Instead, you may speak with Mistress Ferbergame. She has shouldered full responsibility for the guild's leadership in the interim. You'll find her just over there, by the bookshelves. You needn't be shy. Though her mind is sharp and critical, her manner is always most welcoming. Thank you. I will introduce myself. Miss Ferbergame? Yes, I am Ferbergame. Greetings, and welcome to the Arcanist's Guild. As Murray has doubtlessly explained, I am serving as acting guildmaster until our wayward leader deigns to return. I assume our capable receptionist also spoke of our art's origins? Yes, she did. Allow me, then, to expound upon its nature. Arcanima taps into the living energies of aether. The evidence of this is represented most aptly, perhaps, by our ability to manifest the arcane entity Carbuncle, and the manner of magic in which this ethereal ally employs at our command. The core of the discipline, however, is found in the pursuit of definitive solutions to any potential quandary. Even on the field of battle, nay, especially on the field of battle, this principle takes precedence. If one wishes to make certain the question of victory, then one must apply the most effective strategy. An Arcanist is measured by his ability to calmly analyze a situation from moment to moment, and respond with the most appropriate spells at hand. The study of Arcanima will test your mental faculties to the point of perplexity. Are you prepared to reason your way through predicament after predicament? Yes, I am, ma'am. I am prepared to reason. An unambiguous response, the kind I most prefer. Let us now see if the clarity of your words is matched by the sharpness of your mind. In Lower Lanosia, you will find, among others, 3 species of pest: wharf rats, little ladybugs, and the Eorzea. I ask that you employ your skills in Arcanima to eradicate 3 of each type of creature. Leave the city through the Tempest Gate, and you will soon encounter the potential targets in abundance. As long as you remain focused, I do not foresee these opponents causing you or your budding abilities undue difficulty. Once you return from completing this preliminary trial, I will welcome you as an official member of the Arcanists Guild. May your judgment remain swift and clear. Perhaps I should finish this task for the Guildmaster before returning to Reborn. I wouldn't want to keep my new Guildmaster waiting, after all. The Tempest Gate. That's somewhere I'm not entirely sure of the location. But I'm sure I can find it. Maybe explore the city a bit and find more of these Aethernet shards while I'm at it. Let's go down to the docks first, see what's going on. Quiet walk under the night sky. Much quieter in this part of the city than the markets and the Adventurers Guild. Here's one. This looks like another guild. For fishing. Perhaps once I've got settled down, I should look at a more relaxing pastime. I imagine being out and adventuring and fighting all the time might get a little exhausting. But I've spent enough time journeying. Ready to actually have some adventures now. I believe... perhaps up the stairs I should be going. Right. No, where am I? Let's head this way. Perhaps up these stairs? Oh, another Aethernet shard. Okay. And Tempest Gate. Lower Lanoskia would imply it's south, right? I think this should be the right gate. Clindra, is this? Lowlands of Lanoskia await you on the other side of the Tempest Gate. Ah. If the Zephyr Gate is the sweet breath of the gods, then I suppose the Tempest Gate is the violent wind from the other end. Oh. I could have done without hearing that, but... it's just a gate, I suppose. Right. So, first step is summoning Carbuncle. Oh. That needs to move somewhere a little less in the way. For now, up there, why not? You're adorable. Oh, I did not mean to dismiss Carbuncle. Oh. Come back here. I didn't mean to scare you away. Right. Well, Carbuncle. Shall we go and try our hands at Arcanima? Little Ladybugs, Wharf Rats, and Eorzea. Let's go for it. Are you just here for moral support, Carbuncle? Oh, sorry. Personal preference I need to change. is where is it? Don't auto sheath weapon. I like choosing when to sheath my weapon. More rats, more ladybugs, and then I need to find where these Eorzea are at. It's 2 ladybugs. 2 rats. Three ladybugs. And 3 rats. Right. It's not cleared up. The Eorzea must be further down the beach. That's a big one. Maybe not trying to hand fighting something like that quite yet. Ah, there they are. Jellyfish. They're looking a bit more intimidating than the rats and ladybugs. Still not a match for me and Carbuncle. And free. There we go. I just need to return. You have a lot of teeth. I think I should keep my distance for now. I have to remember how to find the guild once I'm back here. Right, for you, I suppose all I need to do now is find an Aethernet shard. If I remember correctly, the Arcanists Guild had one right outside. Oh, I should be able to teleport right there. There's the one. The Arcanists Guild. Miss Furbeheim, I have completed the task. I see the creatures beyond the city walls pose you little threat. It is with great pleasure then that I formally recognize your initiation into the guild. From this day forth, you may proudly bear the title of Arcanist. I suggest you continue your forays into the wilderness and keep the pages of your grimoire turning. There is no finer teacher than the harsh mistress of experience. And to commemorate this occasion, I gift you of this hunting log. The enemies marked within its pages have been specifically chosen to challenge your abilities in Arcana. When you devise a new strategy or tactic, you now have a ready source of opponents on which to test it. And when you feel you can command Carbuncle as easily as you might move your own limbs, return to me for further instruction. I will be waiting. The next Arcanist quest will be available upon reaching level 5. Very good. For now, I should probably return to Baderon. He's probably waiting for my report. I believe the Off Castle is the closest. A goblin. Fellow organist. Oh, the smith. Patron said I should talk to you as well. Greetings, I am one of the smiths, a stoker of fires and forger of futures. As a dedicated member of the Adventurers Guild, I have been entrusted with the task of providing assistance to new adventurers. I see you have but recently taken up the adventurer's mantle. The possibilities stretching out before you must be positively daunting. In the Adventurers Guild, we see new adventurers as fledgling heroes. You are our champions of tomorrow, our nascent stars of limitless potential. Nascent star. I gotta say, I don't hate that title. My fellow smiths and I are here to provide you with guidance, but the guild also enlists a cadre of veteran adventurers who will be happy to share with you their accumulated wisdom. You can recognize these helpful men and women by their title of Mentor. Mentors stand ready to advise you on any aspect of adventuring. They have hundreds of quests under their belts and will likely have a solution for whatever dilemma might be causing you trouble. A mentor may even offer to accompany you on your adventures. I highly recommend that you take advantage of a mentor's aid to enrich your experiences in Eorzea. Pray do not hesitate to ask me if you'd like to know more. The new adventure statuses. Okay. I think I'm okay without mentors right now, though. I am not. Sorin might be new to the game, but I am not. Mr. Badron, I have finished it with all you asked me to do. Ah, there you are, Sorin. Enjoy your jaunt around the city, did you? If you mean to base yourself in Limsa Limensa, this won't be the last time you'll visit them free places. And now you've got some idea of what's where, you can start exploring the rest of the town. You've shown a good ear for listening, lad. Stick with old Badron, and you'll go far. Thank you, sir. Well met, lad, and welcome to the Drowning Wench. Consider me place your home away from home. This town's famous for letting any bugger in for doing naught, and for doing naught to stop them leaving, so you'd best get used to dealing with free spirits. Most folk are still recovering from that thrice-damned calamity, though, and are in sore need of your venturing talents. You do your best to put things right, and I'll do my best to help you out when you need it. Can I not accept the quest? Sorry. Reborn, proprietor of the Drowning Wench, wants you to lend a hand at Summerford Farms. Still in Limsa, are you, Sorin? How do you fancy a trip outside the city walls? I'd like you to visit an orchard by the name of Summerford Farms. Ever heard of the place? The owner, Stalewern, is an old mate of mine. He's got himself a crew of mostly reformed pirate types, if you can believe that, and has been trying to bring a bit of life back into the fields after the calamity ruined the soil. He mentioned needing another round or two, and your name sprang to mind. I gave you a glowing recommendation, so make sure you work hard and impress the old bastard. You need directions? The place aren't hard to find. Just take the Zephyr Gate out of the city and follow the road northeast. Northeast. I'm probably going for the North Gate then, which I can probably get by going down the lift. This way. The Zephyr Gate. Oh. Out on my first real adventure, I guess. So, Summerford Farms, he said, from the road northeast. That must be it up there. But those wharf rats, those are in my hunting log. 3 of them. So, well, I can't turn up the opportunity for practice. Let's go, Carbuncle. 1, 2, and 3. These ladybugs are also on the list, so won't waste the opportunity. Don't see any more ladybugs around here though, so... Oh, there's one. I think I'm getting the hang of this ruin spell. Press on the road to Summerfoot. Puck hatchlings. I do believe they are also on the list. They're given us rank 5, but I feel I'm ready to take them. Oh. Ah, it looks a bit more troublesome than what I thought so far. Not enough to stop me. Two down. How many? 3 to go. 1 to go. 3 in total. These ones don't hesitate to throw out those fireballs. Another mark checked off the list. Let's hurry on to the farm. See what Staleworm needs me for. Tiny mandragores. Pretty cute. A very fortified feeling farm. Almost would have thought it was a castle if I wasn't told before. You get some view from up here as well. I should probably attune to the Aephorite while I'm here. Teleport. So, Mr. Staleworm? Ah, you must be the adventurer Baderon promised to send along. Sorin Sherwood, wasn't it? You wanted his word, so that's a good start. I'm Staleworm, the old bastard, as Baderon likely described me. And this here is my humble orchard. A good number of the lads and lasses working here once terrorized the high seas, and if you're wondering why I employ these scrags, well, they used to crew my pirate ship. But the calamity did for our ship like it did for so many others, and I was sore wounded into the bargain. I had to feed myself and my crew somehow, and Admiral Merlwyb's initiative to get us landlocked buccaneers working the field seemed too fine an offer to refuse. Oh. Who might this be? Can I help you? Well, it turns out you can take the pirate away from the sea, but you can't take the sea away from the pirate. A lot of my blokes just never took to tending the soil, you see. And unfortunately, the botanists I called in to train them have been wringing their hands in black despair. With so much work piling up, I need a tougher soul like you to step in and help where it's needed. It's not a problem, sir, just won't know where to go. I should probably take some better boots. Looks like I'm going to be doing a lot of walking. Transgauge on point. Transgauge indicates. Okay. I am going to move that down here. I like having the center of the screen clear. So, where do we start, Staleworm? Staleworm, owner of some farms, wishes to inspect your equipment and thereby gauge your readiness for the tasks he has in mind. I've mind to set you a task, Sherwood, but before I do, I need to be sure you're properly kitted out. Pirates don't care to parley with dandies, you understand. It might well be that the ones here have traded in their cutlasses for coulters, but they're still rogues at heart. I know a solid set of gear when I see it. Come back when you think you're more suitably equipped. With my head, body, hands, legs, and feet with gear item of level 5 or greater. So, basically, I need to find a hat, is what you're saying. Okay. Are there any jobs I can do for people that might... Is that common for people to pay people in hats? Perhaps I should check out the markets in Eorzea. Perhaps that's my best opportunity. My return is ready. Let's try the quick way. And you have to do it, yeah. HUD adjustment when you get new gauges, and you have to do it for every job. It's probably after I finish the stream, I'll probably be staying on for a bit to do a lot of, like, things like sorting out my HUD layout, such. It's not that I dislike the default layout enough to be too bothered about it, but I just feel it would be a little bit distracting if I spent too much time moving boxes. So in Wednesday's stream, the HUD layout is going to look somewhat different to how it does now. I suppose while I'm here, Reborn, you also... I think I'm ready to start my next. And you would give me a hat. Ah, Sorin, isn't it? Are you eating well? An empty stomach distracts the mind and leads to hurried judgment. I must often remind my arcanists to make meals so ensconced they become in their studies. Speaking of such, have you been practicing your tactics with Carbuncle? I believe it is time to assess the improvement of your skills. As of your previous trial, I would have you defeat foes in lower Eorzea. 3 wild dodos and 3 tiny mandragores, to be precise. Watch carefully the behavior of your opponents, formulate an effective strategy, and utilize your arcane entity to its fullest potential. I expect you back in time for breakfast. Oh, I should be quick then, it's already 6:15. There's the sunrise. I should probably grab the last 2 Aetherites quickly. Aethernet shards. There's only 2 left on the map. And the longer I leave it, the more time it's going to waste. The north is where I'm heading. So there's one at the Culinarians Guild, I can see over there now, and one at the Marauders Guild, which I believe is further up that path. Going fishing from the upper levels. I didn't realize you can do that. Okay. Oh, put you into that, please. There we go. And one more. Over there. There's Summerford Farms up there. And the Marauders Guild. This should be the last day for night in Eorzea. Should make it much easier to get around. Different access to the Zephyr Gate, Tempest Gate, and the airship landing. I needed to go to the Tempest Gate because it was dodos and mandragores, I believe. I was tasked with hunting this time. Oh. Little ladybugs. Suppose I should finish off that part of the hunting log while I'm here. Oh. I only need one more. Oh, well. No harm done. Up towards that little village. That's a big fish. Serpent. Dude. Oh, no, that is... I will stay far away from that thing. At level 6, an A or an S rank hunt mark might be a little too much for me to handle. Just a little. Oh. Oh, I'm not the only one here hunting dodos. Wind sprites. I believe you two are on my hunting log. So let's go for it. I have this new spell as well. For charge increases the power of my ruin. And now I have a ruby ruin, which is powerful one. The carbuncle can actually fight alongside me. It's more than just a mascot. More marks to find. We'll still stay away from Mr. Teefy over there. A lot of these things about. 3 tiny mandragores are on the list as well. Carbuncle, you can help me finish off this last one. That should be another entry ticked off the hunting log. Just show only any points. I'm making progress through it. Here's progress, 12 out of 33. But for now, I think it's time to return to the guild. I don't have the money to be spending on teleports right now, so I guess it's licking it back. And the rain's on. Oh, it could be worse. It's not snow or hail or thunder. A little bit of water never hurt anyone, right? I do hope the cover on my grimoire is waterproof though. I think buying a spare at this stage is a little bit out of my budget. Hello there. Back into the city. Imsalaminsa. Here, I can make my way to the Archivist's Guild. As for the I have finished my hunting. Welcome back, Sorin. It appears your coordination with Carbuncle is progressing at a satisfactory pace. Shall we test your growing acumen with more practical examination? Our work at Malvin's Gate requires us to inspect and record the contents of incoming cargo. To simulate such a task, I have had several crates transported to this cliff south of the Zephyr Gate. I want you to examine those crates and then return the inspected cargo here to me. You'd be surprised at the depths to which some merchants would sink to deter our customs agents from performing thorough investigations. False bottoms, rotting foodstuffs, flesh-eating vilekin. I suggest you be prepared for any eventuality. Okay, I guess customs is a little more of a dangerous job than I thought it might be. But I can't say no to a learning opportunity. Let's see what I have for me. To the south. Ah, there they are. I'm really not sure if I want to hunt something called a lost lamb. Will it ever be a found lamb? You know what? I don't need to do this. I can let the lambs be. Great challenge. Yep. Practice crits. Well, let's start my investigation. Not seeing anything too unusual. They look like crates to me. I get. Oh, slugs. Those are big slugs. Probably could have used A for charge, but I'm nearly done anyway. Well, let's check. There's nothing else here. But I think there couldn't have been much more than 2 slugs of that size hidden about. Yep. This all seems clean now. Oh. Hello? Are you here for the test as well? I am not a threat. Pray ignore my presence for the present and can allow me a moment to cogitate. Of course. Miss, the reaction to my sudden appearance was within expected parameters, but I must admit I did not expect so proficient a performance against the enemy set against you. Thanks, I guess? Yet, effective though your tactics were, I spied much room for improvement. Well, I am pretty new to this. As I watched you battle, the wheels of my mind whirred into motion, as they are wont to do, inventing other possible strategies you might have employed. Let's see. Taking into account your current level of ability, factoring in the affair constant, multiplying by the number of opponents, then applying your tactics to other potential combat scenarios. Oh dear, my calculations indicate failure upon encountering threat level 9785. Is fret level, is that a low or a high fret level? It sounds like I 9,785 sounds like it might be a while before I encounter failure, the way when you put it like that. Well, we'll have to see what we can do about that. I don't mind receiving help, but who are you? After the opportune window to do so has passed, I would nevertheless introduce myself. I am Kalea, a Maelvin's Gate Assessor. Acting Guildmaster Furbrugam elected me to oversee your training and provide any necessary guidance and instructions in the field of Arcana. Ah, so you're my teacher then? Not the Guildmaster? I suppose the Guildmaster probably is busy to teach all the students. From what I have observed thus far, you have an admirable grasp of the fundamentals. Thank you. I do, however, wish to confirm one small detail. Regarding your choice of arcane geometries, what factor most influences your actions during battle? Well, I just do what feels right. Magic kind of comes naturally, I find. Aha! Just as I predicted. And now I have a final element needed to perform enough calculations. The probability of you becoming an Arcanist of note is 90%. Give or take 0.5%. I would ask how you calculate these, but I'm not sure I would quite understand, even if you did. Yes, the certainty is quite high. After all, I only know of one other practitioner who responded to my question in the same manner. It was the man who bestowed upon me this grimoire, the Guildmaster himself. Oh yeah, Furbrugam isn't actually the Guildmaster in the first place either. It's someone else. While our inscrutable leader is, as I'm sure you've heard, on an indefinite leave of absence, he did leave us with his most notorious saying to date. Strategy is a tool used to manipulate one's situation into the desired reality. No matter how gifted you and I might be, however, the instantaneous manipulation of reality that might cause us to suddenly become mighty Arcanists is beyond our present abilities. Discipline and experience define a strategy in this case. I suggest you continue to focus on refining your aptitude of carbuncle. Mastery of an arcane entity will greatly improve your success as a wielder of Arcanum. Here ends your lesson for today. Pray return directly to Guild. I believe Mistress Furbrugam is awaiting some inspected cargo. Oh, yes, I should get these crates back to her, shouldn't I? And what of myself? I'm off to the fields, of course. The tactics I reasoned out earlier must be attempted in real-life scenarios. Fury is all well and good, but there's no substitute for actual combat. We'll meet again soon. Ma'am, are you going to be okay in real combat? Or was you, like, being face down in the dirt earlier? Like, was that part of your strategy? I do hope she's going to be okay. He said, for now, I should return to the guild. A wooden cargo crate used by Maelvin's Gate to train new assessors. Yes, I'm doing my best to kind of forget the storyline to our Arcanists so far, so I'm better keeping characters Sorin for reacting to it. So, back to the Arcanists Guild, I believe. Okay, here we are. Mr. Furbrugam, I have the crates. Ah, Sorin, have you returned the cargo? I have indeed. Here you go. Yes, everything seems to be in order. Relatively clear of blood, never gore. That can be something of a problem in our profession, you understand. I also had word from Kilia regarding your performance. She seemed eager to continue your training. An odd lass, I'll admit, but the guild can boast no finer mind for tactics. You would do well to heed the instruction she offers, particularly that which touches on the diligent approach to art. Did you perhaps notice the battered tome Kilia carries? That initiate's grimoire has served her from the day she entered the guild. She has her reasons, but it's admittedly strange to see it kept all the way to her present position as Foreseer. I fear such an intense focus on Arcana has led her to overlook other important aspects of life. As our Master Strategist guides your Arcanist training, I hope that you might return to favour and help to broaden her own perspective somewhat. I will do my best, if I can be of help. But enough of such matters for the moment. You've done well this day, Sorin. Continue your practice of Carbuncle, as Kilia has bid. I will be here when the time comes for your next lesson. It's a new grimoire, and I could do with a hat. It's very red. I might just hide that. My book isn't quite as green anymore. But if the guild is furnishing me with better equipment, I should make use of it. Right. I believe now I am geared up to get back to Summerford Farms. I do hope this rain isn't going to linger too long. As much as I came here for adventure, running around in the rain isn't quite what I'd had in mind. Another Arcanist out hunting from the looks of it, with a Lancer friend. It's quite a steep hill. I can only imagine what it must have been like to get all the bricks up here to build this. Or is this perhaps all made from the stone up here? They probably had to quarry out a fair bit to get this ramp here at least. Oh, yeah, I do have to check in with the post-Moogle, don't I? Collect all my stuff. Well, let's have a look at you, shall we? Oh ho! As long as you're this well covered, I won't feel any guilt throwing you to the sharks. Erstwhile buccaneers are an ornery lot. They rage in love for the sea and care little for the laws of the land. But they respect strength. And by the looks of you, I'd say you'll have a little trouble getting their attention. I already have one of those, and I don't think the dagger or the axe are helpful, but I will take a bronze piece. Ah, Sherwood, that aura of confidence tells me you've not been idle since the last we met. I hope I've read you alright, for I have a task that requires the attention of a capable adventurer. Might that adventurer be you? Yes, sir, it is. Still, warn the owner of Summerford Farms has a task for a competent adventurer. Eye drops and potions. Or ether. Good to hear. Then I shall lay before you the sorry tale. You will have heard rumours of the abductions. Aye. Citizens have been disappearing from every corner of Limsa, as if plucked from the face of Heidelin, boots and all, by an unseen hand. And what's this got to do with Summerford Farms, you might ask? Well, that remains to be seen. But it seems a collection of right unsavoury fellows with azure-tattooed faces have been creeping up to the edges of the fields and spying on my yeomen. Now, I doubt anyone would enjoy being scrutinised by such savages at the best of times, but the farmhounds are convinced that they're the kidnappers of rumour, come for their hides. Needless to say, they're beside themselves with worry when their work's suffering for it, which is the last thing I need when my old crewmen are still getting used to their new jobs. It's a struggle to get them to leave the farmhouse of a morning. That is, as they say, where you come in. Would you be willing to investigate these tattooed thugs for me? I would indeed, sir. Good lad. The sooner we get to the bottom of this, the sooner this place will start to resemble a working farm again. I suggest you begin by having a look around Seasong Grotto. If reports are to be believed, our unwelcome visitors have occupied the place. Be careful though, Sherwood. I couldn't say for sure what manner of miscreants we're dealing with here. If they are the kidnappers, well, just be on your guard, alright? Seasong Grotto, where is that on my map? It's that underground. Oh, that's been a really bad day for yawning. So, that cave down there is my destination. At least my investigation will be sheltered from the rain. Can't complain about that. This is it. These boggies. Well, they're on my hunting log, and this place looks like it could be cleared out of some ghosts. Let's get to work. One down. How many am I after? 3 of them again. Go, Carbuncle! Oh, well, that was easier. Stone monument. I've not seen any sign of pirates. What's this say? You're about to enter an instance battle. Instance battles only occur during certain quests and missions. Take a moment. Duty commenced for Lurkin the Grotto. Proceed.
I am the waves that bear. I am the winds that guide.
Hello?
I am the evening stars. I am the morning sky. I am born of the sea, and there shall I die.
Can I help you?
Thus reads the sailor's requiem, carved into yonder stone. Such words well describe the manner in which the citizens of Limsa Lominsa live their lives. It is both a litany against misfortune for those out on the waves, and a prayer that the souls of those who perish on land might find their way back to the sea. Ah, you are the adventurer I've seen around Summerford Farms.
Oh.
I thought myself
Probably.
on the trail of the kidnappers, but it would seem I have missed my mark.
Were you brought in to help as well? Oh,
Or perhaps not.
it's Mr. Teefy. Hi.
As I suspected, the etheric disturbance here is no natural occurrence.
Are you not concerned about
Nor
that thing?
is it a coincidence that the two of us should come here in search of those responsible for the disappearances, only to be attacked.
The kidnappers keep thinking like this is a pet?
But who stands to benefit from the keeping of this secret?
All due respect, ma'am, I'm more concerned about the thing with very many teeth in front of us.
Oh, such thoughts must wait. Let us attend to the task at hand, unpleasant though it be.
The ones I saw about are fairly strong, but given your confidence, I'm hoping you're more up to the challenge than I am. Let's go, Carbuncle. Definitely don't feel like I'm having as much of an effect as I normally do. Go! Glittering Ruby! Oh, that's wrong spell. He's called in friends. Probably deal with these first. There's more teeth coming. These ones are definitely not as strong as the big one, though. Let's go. Once more, Carbuncle. We did it! Gobway teeth are actually scary when you look into their mouths. It's just like, 2 rows too many. Oh, what's this? Did the Gobway drop it? Ma'am, there's a crystal here that's... Where am I? This place reminds me of that dream I had on the boat. But...
Hear, feel,
those are the same words.
think.
Who is that? That's... that doesn't look okay.
Crystal bearer.
Bear. I don't know if I'm a crystal bearer. I just picked it up.
I am Heidelin. All made one. A light
Heidelin,
there once was
the
that
world?
shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim. And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate.
Light, darkness, end of life. I'm not quite sure I'm qualified to...
dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them.
I know I said I came here for adventure, but this feels a little beyond me.
By thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee.
If you
Only
say so.
believe, for the light liveth in thy heart.
Who are they? I'm not quite sure what's going on, but
Go now, my child, and shine thy light on all creation.
Awake again? Are we?
apologies.
Aha! The poor creature's fury was kindled with cruel forethought. See this blade? I found it in the Gubu's back.
Boo-boos?
I have seen knives of this kind before. They are most commonly used for the cutting of rope.
Not for
It would
stabbing,
appear
then.
our culprits are seafaring men of some persuasion. Piratical being the most probable.
That does kind of match the description of the people I was sent to find.
In any event, you seem much recovered from your sudden affliction.
Again, I apologize.
I confess, I was rather taken aback when you collapsed at the very moment of our victory. Mayhap a surfeit of ether?
I think possibly maybe just nervousness. I'm not used to this kind of fighting.
I beg your pardon. A towering crystal. I'm sure I don't... Oh! Well, well. This has been a day of unexpected revelations.
Can I assume, Nam, you're not watching this live? 'Cause otherwise, I'm not quite sure what your comments are referring to.
I must continue my investigation.
Well, don't let me keep you.
In the meantime, I suggest you deliver this knife to your patron, along with a warning concerning the pirate's probable involvement in this murky business.
I will do that then.
The days ahead promise little rest, I fear. May our paths cross again, under the light of the crystal.
Mayday indeed. Oh, well. Strange dreams and... aside, I should probably just get back to work. Yeah, I think the handing in items thing makes more sense, like, for cases wherein you have multiple items to hand in, and you have to put multiple items into the confirm box. Just to confirm that you do have all the items, not just one of them. Return to Staleburn and give him this knife, see what he makes of it. Is that another new adventure? Not gonna look too hard, but he looks like the default pure. Oh, yes, my character is a summoner. Well, not summoner, Arcanist. Summoner's still a fair bit off. Oh, Staleburn. I have... Sherwood, right glad am I to see you safely returned. My lads were all gabbing about, hearing what sounded like all 7 hills breaking loose near the grotto, and I feared I'd sent you to your death. If you were in the middle of that commotion, I hope it yielded something of interest. I'd hate to think you risked your life for naught. Well, it wasn't quite me, but I did find this knife. From cutting rope to removing barnacles, from gutting fish to gutting borders, on a ship there are thousands of uses for a knife. Fair enough. A blade pulled from the back of a creature you slew at the cave, eh? I don't know if I'd say I slew it. I think I just kind of helped. I'd agree that such a knife would be part of any seafaring man's kit. I'm starting to think that these ruffians are pirates, come to lure my farmhands back to a life of plunder. Chances are they didn't take kindly to your appearance on their doorstep and set a maddened gobway on you. Aye, the pirates have been adding to their numbers of late. I'd best warn the lads and lasses in my employ to be on guard against their schemes. You met someone else in the grotto? A woman with a strange contraption? Ah, Yashtola. She's been in Limsa for a good while now. Her studies of the Aether often bring her out to Summerford, so her presence at the grotto is hardly unusual. She's an odd-looking lass, I grant you, but she's not the kind to associate with kidnappers. You may take my word for that. Where trust should be lacking is in those yeomen of mine who have yet to wholly relinquish their pirate pasts. The temptation to return to the free and easy life of a buccaneer may prove too strong to resist. You have my thanks, Sherwood. If it weren't for the efforts of stalwart adventurers like yourself, this farm would be in far worse state than it is. I'm only doing my best, sir. Just you keep on lending your talents to those in need, eh? Help bring Limsa the brighter future she deserves. I'll certainly do my best. Aether is more expensive, so I think I will take it. Achievement. Storyteller, that's just for completing quests, I believe. Well. Stelrun. What? Anything else I can do for you? Stelrun at up arms. His hired hands are nowhere to be oh, that's a problem. That's Seaslough Severin is not. Never around when there's work to be done. I'd sooner hire you for the sake of getting things done, but then the rapscallions would never learn. Round them up and let them know that Stelrun would like a word, and don't take no for an answer. I will do my best, sir. Down on the lower level. Is that a drop I can make? Oh, yes I can. That looks like a fight about to start. Just Stelrun is. We need to get back to work. Work? Can't work when my hands are full lifting this mug. You know, I'd bet you we lost Gil. You'd never guess what I'm drinking. Swill wine sounds a bit too fancy for somewhere like this. So, swill water? Well, you're right about the swill part. I reckon it might be worth a day of doing Stelrun's chores if it'll afford me a taste of proper grog. Okay, well, there's one person I've convinced. I never found having to move items over bit by bit. Like, it never occurred to me as strange, just it's how the game is. So there's apparently someone else around here I should be looking for. Oh, there's that. Eorzea. Hello there. Stelrun says, back to work. How am I supposed to work on an empty stomach? Go on, have a guess at what I had for breakfast. Breaded sticks or ash tuna. I'm gonna go with the fishy option, given we're in a port town. What? God, how do you know? It's my breath, ain't it? It probably smells as wooden as the food tasted. But I know why you're here. I'd just as soon get some real food, Amy, but I'd want to reject a summons from the cabin. Okay, maybe I'm better at this than I thought. Three more guys I still need to find about the place. Oh, oh, there we go. Aramis, you're not even on the farm. Axes were made for splitting skulls, not stumps. You know what I did in my sailing days? From the sounds of it, wanton slaughter. You bet your beard I did, lad. I don't have a beard to bet, but okay. Aye, those were the days. I reckon now I'll have to be satisfied taking my axe to the trees. It's not all bad, it's honest work. Oh, there he is, over there. I should have been on the other side of the river. The night sky again. Take a moment to relax. Almer? Sterwin says back to work. Oh, give me a moment. Oh. Never mind. What do I reckon who says? Sorry, I wasn't listening. Work is for the weak and witless, is that what you would say? Damn right. Didn't get where I am by taking guff from any glorified gardeners. But I suppose I could see what he wants to get him off my back. Something anyway. Details. No thank you. I'm happy enough not joining a free company right now. One more armor to find. Yeoman to find. There's Sorin. Still mentioned you by name. Feel you might be a problem. I am Sorin. You the old man's errand boy now. Tell my dear old captain not to wet his britches. I'll be along. Oh, and just so we're in the clear, I don't care for landlubbers. Go find the chocobo you rode in on and ride on out. I did get here by boat. But okay. Oh, back to Stillwater. His crew don't seem all that motivated for their work. If I knew anything about farming, I might volunteer myself, but I suppose Stillwater said himself that if he just gets too much outside help, his own people will never bother. You continue to impress, lad. All but Sorin are accounted for. It's no fault of yours he squirmed out. I've let that worm wriggle through my fingers more times than I can count. But rest assured, next time I see him, I'll put him squarely in the dirt, where all such worms belong. I'm going to assume that the implications of that are less violent than I'm imagining. Anything else I can still help with? Staleworm worries his sack of oranges will not reach the Lafraguin checkpoint as planned. Pains me to say, but all the gil in the world can't buy loyalty. There are some, like you, who can be trusted. But then there are others. Until now, I've had no choice but to rely on that charlatan Sorin, even though I'm full aware he's been doing shady deals behind my back. More than once I've heard tell of improper trading with goblins. I wouldn't be the least surprised if that were happening right now. Not a bell ago, a sack of oranges vanished, as did Sorin. I want you to find and confront the bastard for me, Sherwood. I'm sure there's wrongdoing afoot, so be sure to doubt anything that comes out of his mouth. I will do my best, sir. He wasn't all too responsive to me last time I confronted him, but I'll give it a shot. Box fruit, that is a big ladybug. And definitely not going to risk fighting it. The first time I played, I made the mistake of fighting a rank A hunt mark. early on, and yeah, that was a thing. Okay. Cross this river. Save loads and pupils. Oh, there's that Sorin there. Several sacks with them. Are these bags supposed to be here? Bloody hells, I'm up the strait without a paddle. Yeah, I'm not sure. What's this now? Staleborn sent you for the oranges? So the old bugger had known all this time. What does it matter anyway? Listen, you're one of those goody-goody adventure types, right? Go rescue me mates from those double-dealing goblins. They're just over yonder by the bonfire. If they're in trouble, I can't really leave them. Aramis, they're all here. Right. Sorry, goblins, but... we can't have you mugging these guys. Need to get them back to the farm. You doing okay, Almer? I owe you one. Would have gotten away myself if not for Sorin shoving me aside. Oh. So, sire? Are you okay? The goblins are gone. If you hadn't come, my dodo would have been cooked. Dodo. I guess it's always on the mind. What about you, Aramis? Are you okay? Sorin sent you? The way he flew out of here, I was sure he'd sold us down the river. Sorin might have some explaining to do when he gets back. I can't imagine the guys will take kindly to that. Sorin? Do you have anything to say for yourself? You saved me, mates, and for that, I owe you. Suppose I should be ashamed I couldn't clean up my own mess. But a pirate knows no shame. I have no qualms about going back on my word. I'm only giving you this sack because I like the cut of your jib. Take to Sorin and send him my regards. That's a lot of oranges. Sorin. Must be at the checkpoint. Hooks are the best weapon. Sorin, I have oranges from Summerford for you. What have we here? A delivery from Summerford Farms, and as scheduled. There's a first time for everything. A burlap bag packed chock full of juicy ripe Noskin oranges. I want oranges now. Oh, look at that. Not a single one missing either. About the only things not here are those bagmen, and I don't miss them one bit. It's Staleborn's payment in full. With you, I can trust we'll reach him. I appreciate your confidence in me, sir. And for the jog back to the farm. Lambs, I know you're my hunting log, but I can't bring myself. You can be friendly. I don't need that experience. Right. On to the farm. Past the Goblin camp and the... which river is this? This is the Rogue River. The ageless. So spears out of blade. Or just do... Couldn't I actually say which class would be my favourite aesthetically to go through? Here we go. Oh, Sorin, I found your oranges and delivered them, but... About Sorin. Back in one piece. That's a relief. How'd you fare, Sherwood? I said, I got the oranges back and got to pay for them, but... Sorin, yeah... this is what I was aiming for. Looks to be all I was owed, alright. Though I'd be telling you false if I claimed I had not held out more hope for Sorin. I was even willing to overlook the skimming off the top, but to sell us all short in favour of those godforsaken goblins? You do well to mind yourself around that two-killed cheat. If he'd leave his own mates for dead, there's no telling what he'd do to you. Oh, thank you, sir. I will... Oh, I suppose I could use some better equipment if I'm going to be getting more fights like this. Looking like a actual wizard now. Oh, okay. You're looking a bit concerned. Is there any way I can help you, sir? Gurgant seeks fertile soil. Actually, looking at time, now is probably a decent place to finish up for tonight. Before starting talking to a new person to continue on the quest, because it's 1 midnight here. So, yeah, I think I will finish up here for now. Then, tomorrow, or later today rather, I will be doing Subnautica Death Run again. And then we'll be back to Sorin's journey on Wednesday. Sorin looks not quite as friendly with a hood like that, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, we'll be back with Sorin's journey on Wednesday and Friday. Thursday I've got real life stuff going on, and then Saturday I think I'm going to be doing Subnautica again. Just alternate between the two. Thank you for coming along and watching, Catherine. And yep, if you've got time, I'll see you all about on Wednesday. So, thank you for watching, and bye.